Yo, what's good, guys? How are y'all doing? This is I think this is my first actual video in like 6 months, which is insane. Uh, I streamed a couple times when Scarlet Violet was coming out, and then I never finished it. So there's that. But I'm back. It's not gonna be high quality content this time though. I just kind of wanna talk to y'all a little bit. I was gonna talk a little. Uh, I'm just gonna talk about Pokemon. That is the first ever video I did on this channel, but none of y'all have ever seen it, and you never will. So there's that. But to talk about Pokemon here today, I'm not gonna do it alone, and the reason why is because I got a lot to talk about, and I need somebody to be my counterbalance. So most of you probably know who he is. Please welcome Mr. I'm Canon.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm Canon, but y'all already knew that. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna be basically we're just gonna be sitting in here talking about the state of Pokemon today. And I got
Mhm.
a couple things, kind of like bullet points, so we can each go through each point. But first of all, I guess we can just do general thoughts. So, like, what are your general thoughts on the Pokemon games today? Because let's be honest, we're mostly talking about the
Man, if you want to talk about this generation, period, man, yo, I'm gonna say this. Game Freak, they pushed the boundaries with, Scarlet and Violet. I can't be mad at them. Generation 9 was definitely a step in the right direction. However, at the same time, bro, the same time, how y'all gonna take 2 steps forward and then 5 steps back, bro?
games.
How y'all gonna do that, man? That don't make no sense. They went from having an open world game, but it's an open world PlayStation 2 game. All right, I'll digress, y'all. I digress.
Ah, dang, dang. You heard it, man. But okay, I guess my general thoughts. Loki, we like the same. That's why I kind of wanted to do this with you because we think about the same, but we got sort of differing opinions on certain little things,
Yeah.
but we think just about the same. And I'm basically right down with you, bro. Dog, cool. You did open world Pokemon, but it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was look. Okay, okay. I guess we should start from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
So, Pokemon on a 3DS. Everyone knows what that is. Everyone knows what that's like. They made a jump to 3D once they jumped to the 3DS, X and Y. I think those were the last Pokemon games that felt like the original 5 generations.
Yeah.
I think those are the last ones. The only thing about them that was different was they had Mega Evolutions. That was the first gimmick they ever had.
Uh-huh.
So,
It's not
but
even a bad. It wasn't even a bad implication, inside the game. Like,
yeah,
even if it had Mega Evolution, it was still like, it still had its charm. You could tell that they were testing the waters for Generation 6. However, you can see kind of elements of the previous generation, Generation 5 and Black and White 2. You can tell it has like more of an OG type of vibe to it compared to these new games, bro. It's just something about the Switch games, man.
yeah, and we've had to get to them Switch games because right after X and Y was Sun and Moon, and Sun and Moon was the first shift into how these games felt. And I'm not look, I love Sun and Moon. I'm not hating on Sun and Moon
Yeah.
at all, but just from simple things on how certain Pokemon were designed, how the maps were laid out, how even certain characters were portrayed. I can say that once Sun and Moon happened, they worked a lot more on their storytelling, except for one
Yeah.
game. But we'll we'll get to that in a second. but it was like the first. It was like the first like game that kind of switched over in style. They even
Yeah,
didn't have gyms for that
I was about to
game.
say
It
they
was
changed the formula.
yeah, they literally changed the formula for Sun and Moon, which is interesting. Uh, I thought it was pretty successful for what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a 3DS game, and
Hmm.
it's Pokemon. And as you're gonna find out by the end of the video, that that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to go back to the 3DS form.
Not gonna lie to you.
But moving past Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon came out. It was like darn near the same game. It obviously wasn't the exact same game, but it basically was a year later. Uh, and then,
Uh, I'm sorry, but let me touch on this right quick before we can switch up.
oh,
Generation 7, bro, it was solid. It's most likely my second generation, my favorite. I think, yeah, yeah. Gen 5, then 7, then probably 6, and then others. But Generation 7 was good. It was solid, had great designs, had everything going for it. But when they announced Ultra Sun and Moon during a time where people wanted Pokemon Stars, bro, that was the downfall. Because wasn't the Switch out?
uh,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the Switch was out. Switch was
That's
out by that point.
Yeah, they announced that Pokemon Day. I think it was Pokemon Day. It was something. It was Ultra Sun and Moon and Pokken Tournament DX for the Switch. And there was rumors rampant, going around saying Pokemon Stars is happening. It's going to be an upscale, kind of like a retelling of Generation 7. So that cycle, the news cycle, I know you remember the news cycle of Ultra Sun and Moon. Nothing happened, bro.
Bro,
I
nothing
remember they
happened.
actually posted a trailer, and it was I don't know, bro. It showed us they baited us big time, bro. With
Dog.
the Rockruff following you and the little Vulpix and that one building that was just a camera,
Oh
filter shot
yeah,
thing, bro. Man,
that
nah,
was
they fumbled.
crazy. That was crazy because like
That's the true downfall.
that was crazy because like, bruh, you remember the walking animations?
Yeah,
Dog, the walking animations were literally in the files for Sun and Moon. So everyone was thinking like, oh shoot, Ultra Sun and Moon's coming. We see the Rock Ruff. Oh yeah, following Pokemon back, and then they didn't even do that, bro.
he didn't even do it.
Bro.
That, sorry.
And then on top of that, it was like dust form Lycanroc, and that was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's it. That Ultra Sun and Moon was weird. It was low-key kind of disappointing, but past that, you go into Let's Go on a Switch. That's the first ever Switch game. I feel like people
yeah,
forget that. Let's Go was the first ever game on the Switch, and obviously, it was just a Gen One remake, but with Pokemon Go style. Uh,
yeah.
it was honestly, and it's absolutely freaking insane that this was the case, but that might have been the best Pokemon game on the Switch
The
until
Switch,
PLA
bruh.
came out.
No cap.
Like
No
that,
cap.
that's insane. Like that doesn't make any sense. That don't make no sense. And but you know what's crazy though?
What's that?
It's the top down formula that they're used to on the 3DS.
I'm about to say it's similar to. We took it for granted when we first saw it, bro.
We
Because I
did.
remember the first leak was like a picture of the trainer on a Lapras, and people were like, "Oh man, is this Gen 1? Is this Gen 1?" Then it actually turned out to be Generation 1 and not Generation 8. I was salty. Then I saw that mess. I was like, "Bro, it's literally like the 3DS games but upscaled." And I'm
Yep.
like, "Well, come to think about it, you knew." That's what Pokemon Stars would have been if that wasn't the case. Um, but now thinking back on it, I'm like, okay, dang, we probably took it for granted, low key. We probably should have like,
We
we
took
should have had this.
granted. We took it for granted. That joint, ah man, like they had like following Pokemon and walking Pokemon mechanics that actually work. It like
Yeah,
it looked good. Like it looked like it was a visually a pleasing game. Um, like there was just Let's Go was not that bad, man. It was not that bad, and it really makes me wonder that if they didn't get pressure to make other games, that they would have just kept going with that. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna get into that in a few minutes because then after Let's Go, we gotta jump into Sword and Shield, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you pop off about Sword and Shield because I know how you feel about it. But I'm gonna just tell my story about it first.
Yeah.
So like, look, and look, I was literally one of the only Sword and Shield defenders when that game first came out, bro. I was one of the only ones. Candace can attest to this. I was literally meat writing that game for no reason.
No
Like,
cap, he was. I
like,
was like, why?
bro, like, okay, like, because the thing about me was, at that point, I was like, okay, uh, it's kind of like the 3DS games, but it's on the Switch. But that's about what I expected. Like, do you know how insane it is that as a Pokemon fan, I was legit shocked that there was not an open world, but one area that was semi open world and had a rotatable camera. I got hyped over rotatable camera in
I was too.
2019. I mean, like,
Dang.
yeah,
For a Pokemon, yeah, that's crazy,
that's
man. Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
Like, bro, like, and like, I was in denial about it for a little bit because I was just like, this is just what Pokemon is. This is just what Pokemon is. Like, all you supposed to be new fans or something. Like, this is nothing new. Like, this is what Game Freak does. This is what Pokemon does. But like, as that game went on, the lifespan kept growing, and the DLCs came out. I played
Yeah.
the first one. I even touched the second one.
Mhm.
Like, I was just like, bro, maybe them people were low key kind of right because I mean, this is supposed to be the leap. Like, this is supposed to be the point where the
On
tables
console.
turn. Like, and
Man.
they didn't do that. And I got like a whole bunch of issues with Sword and Shield, right? I got praise for Sword and Shield. I think the
Mhm.
characters are good. I like the quality of life changes they made. I actually like some of the Pokemon they have. Um, I think most of the character designs are really well. I like certain things about Sword and Shield as like a Pokemon game. But like
Yeah.
as a like if I'm just comparing it as like an actual game to other games,
Yeah.
it is not that good.
It doesn't live up. It doesn't. I'm not gonna say it doesn't live up, but it doesn't. You can't compare it. I know it's Pokemon, but let's compare it to another Nintendo game. Legend
Mm,
of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda series on the Switch, from what I've seen, has not missed a beat.
not once.
With Link's Awakening, they retold and they remastered the old, game with a different art style, but it was visually pleasing. It was unique. And then we have, of course, Tears of the Kingdom. I can't really count Breath of the Wild because it's a Wii U game, but Tears of the Kingdom, even though it's taken from that Wii U console, the Wii U, bro, like what? Like I
Yeah,
don't get how they can port a Wii U game
it's crazy.
to the Switch
It's
with
absolutely insane.
decent graphics, good lighting. I don't know what Pokemon was doing in Generation 8. My take on Generation 8, I probably treated it way too harshly than what I should have never treated it that bad. Comparing it to Generation 9, yeah, I had checked my Switch. I have more hours on Shield than I do with Scarlet. And it's just like you said, the designs is good. The characters, I'm okay with some of the characters. The Pokemon designs actually, I used to hate it. Now I don't. I could say it's a little bit better than Generation 9. However, it's still Those two are my least favorite designs. Yeah, the wild area. Um, I was
Biggest
hyped
clickbait
for
I've
it.
ever seen. Biggest
That was the
clickbait I've ever
biggest
seen.
clickbait I've ever seen. Them theory dudes were right. They were like, bro, don't get hype. It's literally one area. Like, because they were like showing Hammerlock City and like different frames. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? So it's literally just like it was literally a whole area within the middle. It was a good step into the right direction, but with the pop-ins and I don't know, it just felt out of place. How you have a plains in a desert in the middle of like I don't get it. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know what to say about Generation 8. I can say it's design wise, Pokemon design, I like it better than Generation 9. Other than that, story.
So the reason why I won't give Gen 8 as much
Like
yeah, I won't give it as much I won't I won't give it as much slack as like a Gen 9, and there's only one reason. It's because
Mhm.
like I know for a fact that it was planned years in advance that they were gonna
Yeah.
have a main series game on the Switch. I know it was planned.
Mhm.
I know it. And it's like, bro, y'all if y'all knew that y'all were gonna have a main series game on the Switch, dog, you could have either did one or two things. You could have either did what you did with Let's Go and did a 3DS style game but scaled up and made it look better,
Mhm.
or you could have actually put all the time and resources into making Sword and Shield a game that you would have been proud of making.
Yeah.
Because we all know how Game Freak operates. What they do is they have like different teams to work on different games.
Mhm.
And we'll get into why that is in a little bit. It's not all their fault. Pokemon has some blame. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, bro, like, you knew what you were getting into when you made that. And what I think happened was, I don't think they expected for them to actually have real expectations when they jumped to the Switch.
Yeah. I don't know where they got that from.
Like I don't think they understood that, because like I think that they were just thinking like, oh yeah, we can just keep doing the same thing over and over and it's just gonna work. That's why like after Sword and Shield and the dust settled and I was like just chilling with the game. I remember I told you this. I was like, dog, if like the next mainline game don't come out and there's like no changes,
Mhm.
I'm done with Pokemon. And I was dead serious.
I am serious too.
But the
Yeah.
thing that happened next, thing that happened next
Mhm.
gave me hope.
Yeah. It gave me hope.
The thing that happened next, ladies and gentlemen, was Pokemon Legends Arceus. Ah man,
We can say that's undoubtedly the best Pokemon game on this Switch.
without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, like, dog. Oh my gosh, you don't understand. Like off the back of Sword and Shield, that game was for not like okay. For all my wrestling
Steam.
fans out there, years of Vince McMahon booking for you to find out that that dude has to give up his chairman spot because of sexual misconduct, and now Triple H is running the show. That's what that felt like. Genuinely, like even if Triple H doesn't do everything 100% correct, it's still so much better than the garbage Vince put on every week that I was just happy with it. That there was finally change. That
Yeah.
there was a step forward in the right direction. I mean, I understand that PLA wasn't 100% open world, but there was
Mhm.
like 4 or 5 areas that were pretty dang big areas,
They
and
were.
they were all open world. The,
That was like a good taste.
it was like the perfect taste. And then on top of that, catching mechanics, real. open world Pokemon catching mechanics. Something
Oh
I
my
literally never
gosh.
thought we were gonna. I never thought we were gonna see that canon. Never in my life. I never thought that like, yo, there's no way they're gonna make a game where like you can actually throw the Pokeball, and it's like real time battles, and it's like you can move around with the battlefield. You can like sneak up on
What? Oh
Pokemon,
my
see all this. It's
gosh.
coming back to you now. It's
It's
coming
coming
back.
back.
It's
Oh
coming
my
back.
gosh.
I'm telling you, bro,
Generation
it's
9.
literally Bella to Scarlet and Violet. It's like you said, they took 2 steps forwards and 5 steps back. They
Oh
took out
my
so much in Scarlet
gosh.
and Violet, bro. They took
They
out
did. They
so
really did.
much. Like, I just don't understand, bro. Like, the formula was there. Literally, all they had to do was port PLA and add the new Pokemon. That's it.
That's it. That's all they had to do. And good storytelling. Like, bro,
That's
I. Oh, PLA was. I wouldn't say perfect. It was definitely a huge step in the right direction. There was Pokemon animations, when a Pokemon
Mhm.
turns around, it's not like they're not rotating the
Yeah,
model.
they're not
It's
slipping on the model stick or whatever. Like they actually move.
exactly, they actually move. They had like Pokemon like Chimchar, fire types had embers coming off them. The effects, the particles, when it comes down to attacks, that had detail. You could tell that I know what problem is. I know what it is. I don't know if I'm gonna say it now, but I definitely know what their problem is. Um, but yeah, PLA was really good. I love the characters. It was very unique. Like you said, I think you summed it up real well. The quality of life changes was definitely needed. It's definitely like giving like true fan made Pokemon like it gave us what the fans wanted, basically. That's all I
Bro,
can say.
if you had told me before that game got revealed that that was the premise of a game they were making, I literally wouldn't have believed it. And it
Yeah.
was so bad at that point with Pokemon, man, that I legitimately, when that trailer dropped and it was like the real deal, like when I figured out it was the real deal, I literally almost cried at work. And this is an 18, 19-year-old me. I'm like, bro, like this is real? Like they actually trying? I
Yeah, I
can't believe
remember
it.
you were like that dude jumped off the cliff and the braviary showed up. He started crying. He almost cried. I was like, dang. Oh, yo, Pokemon really they really like, oh no. I
They're-
was, that's sad if that makes you cry. Not getting on you, but it's like Pokemon should have been did this. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's just like, dog. It's like an abusive relationship.
basically.
It don't make no sense, man. Like, but yeah, after the perfect start off to the new era that was Pokemon Legends Arceus, they announced that later that year that a new Pokemon game will be coming out. And that's exactly when I should have known that it was gonna end badly.
We should have known, bro. We
Sh-
should have
We
known.
should have freaking known. And like, look, okay, I think the first video on your channel is us reacting to Scarlet and Violet.
Yep.
I'm not gonna sit here and just crap over Scarlet and Violet and make it seem like it's just a garbage game. It's not. I don't think it's a garbage game. So I'm gonna give it some praise real quick.
Uh,
First ever fully open world Pokemon game. I give it props.
yeah.
I
I
give
ain't
it
gonna lie.
props. Can't believe they did it. Alright, give it props. Um they actually added mechanics in which you can sort of glide around the region, climb on stuff, basically ripping Breath in the Wild, but every open world game does
Yeah.
that now.
Uh huh.
Uh let me see here.
Online, bro, co-op.
The co-op, yep, me and you. That was some of the best fun I've ever had playing Pokemon. Playing
Oh,
Pokemon with you,
crap.
bro. That was actually really lit. I'm glad that they did that. I hope that they continue to do that. That was a great idea. Good job,
Yeah.
Game Freak. Uh,
Hmm.
let's see what else. Um, I don't hate all the designs. I'm leaving it at that. So far the story is fantastic. I actually have not beaten the story at this
Me
point in
neither.
my time. It's crazy.
I
I
have
haven't beaten
not
the
beaten the
game yet.
story.
But this is wild because I've literally gotten all over the map and I've done everything else. Like
Yeah.
I've done the three main storylines. I just haven't done the
Uh-huh.
last part of each mission.
No cap. Yeah, me neither.
But like I've done literally everything else. So like I basically beat the game at this point. I just haven't gotten to the end game.
Yeah.
But uh yeah, man. I mean, it was fun. It was a fun game. The idea of like me going around a region, beating it in any way that I want to, in any order, it was a really, really, really great idea. Great concept, and it was fun while it lasted. It truly was.
Yeah. It
I
was fun.
yeah, it was fun. Um, I don't know if you want to give any praises to Scarlet and Violet before we start ripping into it.
Well,
I don't. Yo, I don't know if you're still there, but I can't hear you. You sound like you went crazy for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yo, I know this dude probably dropped his mic or something.
No, I think the cord unplugged. But I don't have I don't have anything else to say about it. I don't know how it ends, but I do know who the main villain is. I do know. I know it. It's just I have to do it, bro.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't know if I'm gonna get the DLC. I am truly honest. I don't know if I'm gonna get the DLC. I haven't even been looking at Pokemon news, regarding Scarlet and Violet leaks, Riddler coup, Soul Silver art. I haven't been like Centro. I haven't I think I unfollowed all three. I just don't care no more. I'm like, you know what? I'll see y'all in Generation 10. 10. 10 better be the golden year of Pokemon, bro.
I hope it is. I hope it is. But yeah, I'm about like you. At this point, uh, I saw the DLC. I was severely disappointed. Keep in mind, I am the biggest XY fan in the world. So I genuinely thought that they were gonna like do a teaser and go to Kalos.
I know
That
you're gonna get a lot of hate if anyone sees this. They're like, "Oh, you should have known better."
yeah, I know, right? I should know. But look, man, let me have hope. I let me have hope. But look, you know, it looks cool. I guess it just don't look like crazy enticing. Like the new Pokemon, which are just
Oh
supposed
yeah.
to be mythical slash legendaries, they don't look insane to me. Some of them look kind of cool. Which, hey, we here. Let's go ahead and get into the negatives of Scarlet and Violet that we both have, and I think we both got the same negative first, which is the designs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
The design. No, yeah. That's probably my second graphics is second. Well, yeah, designs. Yeah, this was the hardest game to build a team around. Usually, what I do is I pick a starter. Let's say for example, Generation 7. I picked Poplio. I knew it was going to turn into Primarina. I would pick Pokemon that would fit well with the vibe of my starter. Plus, it covers the typing of my starter. So I always have a fire type and a grass type, or whatever typings I'm missing, depending on the starter I pick. Then I have, like just some other Pokemons that, if I, for example, if I were to align all, put them in a line, and I'm standing with them, and I'm like, this is my team. I want my team to look cool, I want it to look solid, but This game, no, it looked all over the place, and I blame it on Skeledirge.
Skeledirge specifically. Nobody else, just Skeledirge. That's funny. Yeah. Hey man, uh, we kind of got the same sentiment. Like, the first evolutions of the starters. My beef was really with the starters specifically.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other Pokemon too. But the starters looked cool at first, and then the leaks started happening, and it was like, okay. So, Sprigatito's second evolution, Flagato, that
Mhm.
actually looked pretty neat.
Yeah.
For Coco's second evolution looked pretty cool.
It's
Quack's
alright.
Quackley's second evolution, I didn't even care about. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Most basic.
Yeah,
Literally, I don't know. Duck. What?
it was just a bigger Quaxley. I ain't gonna lie, but
You get Quaxwell. Are you kidding me? Quaxwell?
yeah, bruh, it was interesting. But when it came down to the finals, I'm gonna start with I guess my favorite out of three,
Hmm.
Skeledirge. Skeledirge was like weird when I first saw it because I honestly thought it was fake when I first saw it because of like how kind of off-putting it looked.
Yeah,
Like it looked angular,
it does.
and I was like, bro, what is that? And it was like standing on two legs. I don't know if y'all were there for leak season, but when it was
Uh,
leaking, it was Pokedex pictures, so it was like awkward positions. And Skeledirge was standing on two legs. I was like, bro, what is this?
with a box on his chest.
Yeah, it looked insanely weird. But I don't think Skeledirge looks horrid. I just think that there are a few things that they should have tweaked about it. Like I don't know, maybe not make it as angular. I understand that's part of its design, but like I don't know, make the fire look a bit better. Maybe switch up the colors a little bit. That these are just like things I've
Yeah.
seen that are small tweaks, not even like drastic changes. That's just me personally, though. Now, the two that I really got beef with uh, is I'm gonna start with Quackaball first because Quackaball, I actually don't hate Quackaball as much as I used to. At least it's got personality to it. I'll give it
Yeah.
that. Fair enough, right? I mean, it's like it's a dancer. Uh, it it's a dancer, bro. That's all it is. It's a dancer. Like I it's like okay, great. But I heard somebody say that like it seems like all the stars now look like they have jobs, and that's like completely true. Like
Yeah.
bro was literally just a dancer. It's like okay, I guess, but
Yeah.
and then there's Masquerada, which Masquerada is insane to me because it is legitimately the first starter Pokemon that I dead was thinking about boxing the whole time. The only reason why I didn't box that thing is because it was actually good.
Hmm.
But even it having good stats didn't like save it for me. Like I was just seeing art of all the grass type starters all together, and I see Masquerada, and it looks like it sticks out like a sore thumb, bro. Like it don't even look like the
Yeah.
rest of them. It,
It
it,
looks like a human.
it literally
The
looks
fuck?
like someone in a fursuit. Like, it looks like someone's furry fantasy, and I hate saying that because it's like I feel like that's a lame criticism for Pokemon designs.
Yeah.
But
That one's taking it too far.
yeah, like I feel like that thing literally like I think it literally looks worse than Floragato. I think it looks worse. I think
Yeah.
Floragato has a better design than Masquerada. And like
Slugado is really like cat-like, more cat-like.
yeah, exactly. It actually looked like a cat. Like
That one looked like a fursuit. It literally looked like a fursuit.
it literally looks like a fursuit, bro. Like it's off-putting, and it literally in game. It moves like a person, which is even more off-putting. It's weird. And the thing about these starters is, and I really sat here and I thought about it, and I stand on it. They're like the worst trio for me because when I
All right.
go down like each type, like I think of all the fire starters, all the water
Mhm.
starters, all the grass starters. Each one of the three are in the bottom three, and two of them are in the bottom two, like locked. So I'm like, dog, y'all really not that cold for real. Like,
They're not.
I, and I
It's weird.
and like the thing about the character driven starter Pokemon, I'm not one of those people who needs to be like, oh, Pokemon needs to go back to its old design philosophy of making monsters first. I'm not gonna say all that because design philosophies change over time. But thing about this specifically is it's like they've done character driven Pokemon before and they don't look or feel as empty as these ones right here. If that makes sense, like I feel like the
Mhm.
first one that they really did was like Generation 7 because Generation 7 was Incineroar, a wrestler, Primarina as a
Yeah.
singer, and Decidueye was pretty. He had the vibe of the last generation. He wasn't really like character driven. He was just an archer. But like
Yeah.
the other two were a wrestler and a singer respectively. So it's like, bro, I I get it, I do, but even with those three did the character thing better.
Yeah, they did.
I think that Generation 8 did the character thing better. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. Like, there's something about there was something about them, man. I just don't know. It's just like dog. Like
That's what
I
I'm saying.
go ahead.
Generation 9 is just the starters, bro. They're definitely the weakest, like you said. They're definitely the weakest. I just seen so much fan art of Fuecoco's final evolution. And I'm like, bro, it could have been like the one I love the most. Y'all don't probably know it, but it was like a fake leak. It was like a big old fat red dinosaur looking thing or dragon. It had small wings, huge tail, and it had like a hair like slicked to the side. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was perfect. I was like, yo, that is what I want for Coco to evolve into. When I saw Skeledirge, it's like it literally took a whole 180. Like that, there is no resemblance at all. I'm like, I don't see how Riddler Coup said that was his favorite. No, sir. Like that was the whole designs for the Pokemon were weak. Um, I like the three dogs; those were all right. Just I can't even think about the Generation 9 mods, right? They're forgettable.
And here's the thing about like I like most of the designs, but like there are some even for the ones I like Cerulege and Amaru. Those two
Mhm.
specifically,
Oh yeah, those are fire.
they
Not
are
gonna
fire. But dog, you get they kind of don't look like Pokemon. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
they look like they could be protagonists of an anime. Like genuinely.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
and you know what? If they were like the legendaries or something, then that maybe that would have been fine. That would have been cool. But
hmm
like I don't know. That's just me nitpicking at that point though, because I actually like those two. But I'm just like kind of talking at this point.
Whoever the artist was for these last two generations, I am guessing it's James Turner, right?
uh,
Whoever was the artist for this, or whoever, I don't know if it was James Turner. I think they said it was somebody new. No, go back to Generation 7 and 5. 7 was literally peak design. I'm
Seven would
sorry, y'all.
they had a bunch of good designs at Gen 7. Bunch of good
7
designs.
had storytelling within the designs. Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
Like, I would never forget that Simeon has different, like, leaf symbols on its shoulders. Like, that was, like, so unique. Um,
Gen 7
and
had good designs. Gen 8 had good designs because they were all British. They all fit the region. So those are pretty good. I think Gen 6 had more good designs than what people are willing to admit. And then obviously behind that, they were all pretty dang good. So
I, I'm tired of the European regions. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not feeling
Oh
the
yeah.
European.
After Scarlet and Violet, they got to jump continents. Go back to Asia, do India, maybe
Yeah,
China,
yeah,
maybe screw, maybe Australia, and take it to the motherland and go to Africa. Screw it.
exactly. Yeah, the European regions, they are all blending. I feel like it would work and there would be payoff if they were connected. Generation 6 connecting to 8, 8 connecting to 9, and it's like a triangle. And then the more you add, it's going to turn into a star. Like each point connects to each other. Uh,
I thought this was
it,
gonna be the case. We had literally two generations where they could have gave XY some justice because they screwed it out of his third game,
mhm.
but I guess not.
You can tell that they focus on one thing way too much, which deteriorates the rest of the experience.
Yeah,
I think Generation 6, they're lucky that Generation 6 was not a Switch game because they would have focused too much on Mega Evolution to focus on, character models and well, I could kind of see it in the story. I think they focus more on trying to make Mega Evolution work in Generation 6 and that basically gave us less interesting characters. For example, our rivals, you know.
yeah. But you know what's crazy though? Back in the day, where they lacked in story, they made up for in lore. X
Yeah.
and Y had one of the best lore pieces of any game, and that led into Ors, which also expanded on that lore. Uh,
Oh yeah.
and this is one of the reasons why I really hate Sword and Shield. Dog, that plot was terrible, and the lore did not save it. Sword and Shield's lore was literally, a Eternatus was the darkest day. Okay, where did Eternatus come from? I don't know. It just
Yeah.
showed up. And it can make things
Uh-huh.
big. I'm like, bro, what? You didn't even like. You could have said something like it was an Ultra Beast or something, but you just was just like, oh yeah, it just showed up out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, what?
And what does dogs have to do with the hand in the sky?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What does wolves have to do with the hand in the sky? Like, that turns into an ugly dragon.
I don't know, man. It gets pretty bad. That's why, like, I kind of agree with you, and I actually like Terrestrialization way better than Dynamaxing. Dynamaxing sucked. I don't care what any of you say. I'll fight you on all of that. I'll
Yeah.
die on that hill. Dynamaxing is terrible.
Yeah,
But
it was.
I like Terrestrializing. It's a fun mechanic. It makes competitive pretty cool, and it's honestly it's appealing to look at, but I think the next gen they shouldn't focus on a gimmick. I think they should literally just make a game and see where it goes. That's honestly how I
Yeah.
feel because
I don't think
that's
they need a gimmick. They
they
don't need a gimmick.
they don't. I mean, PLA didn't have a gimmick.
Uh-huh.
It didn't.
But at the same time, it didn't have any online multiplayer,
That's true.
to
Well, you know
back
what?
it up.
PLA had like a gimmick. It was like the strong and agile style, but I don't even really count that as a gimmick. To be honest,
Yeah.
that's it. Like I think they should just focus on making the game, and that's it. I think they should just put all their time into making Generation 10 as best as it can possibly be, and making
Mm-hmm.
sure that it runs properly.
Yeah. Let it run properly, please.
Oh my goodness, dog. Worse. That game, the only game that runs worse on the Switch is WWE 2K19. Only real ones remember that.
Yeah.
Only real ones remember that game on the Switch, dog. That's the only game that runs worse, and that's sad.
I don't know what they were thinking putting 2K19 on this shit, bro.
they,
What, dude?
they knew for a darn fact the Switch could not run that game, but they did it anyway.
Wasn't it that commercial that I think it was Seth Rollins? He was looking at the Switch. That man was looking crazy playing that. He wasn't even playing it, but still, him looking crazy was a good sum up of what actually of the reality of that game.
Yep. that no, that game is terrible. But that's about what Scarlet and Violet be looking like sometimes because the people
Uh,
be spawning in and out. The graphics are terrible,
the
obviously.
lag, bro, the
The
lag,
lag is horrible. Lag
the
is
lighting,
ruined it. Yeah, that jump.
bro.
That jump is bad. Of course, and of course the crashes. Whole bunch of crashes.
It was, yeah.
No reason why the game should crash that much. That was insane. Y'all gotta do better, man.
They
But
were literally talking about refunds. You know, they were like, if you want a refund, we'll give it to you.
yeah.
I'm like, I've never heard Pokemon say that a day in my life, bro. Usually they take it back and they keep it.
Right. Oh, also, before we move on to the next point, hey, y'all Gen 4 fans, that's what y'all get for crying about a remake for that dang long. That's what y'all get, bro. Y'all want a remake so bad, there you go, you got your remake.
They wanted a remake before the Aurus people got any.
Right.
Ruby and Sapphire.
Y'all were crying about that joint so much. They gave y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all got a 1-to-1. That's it. No new designs, no megas, no nothing. No new story, none of that. Y'all did not get the Orange treatment. Y'all did not get Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Y'all got Diamond and Pearl Plus. That's what y'all got. That's sad.
They literally no, they got character customization, I guess, but I'm like, bro, like, nah, they ain't that. Yeah,
Y'all
that's
lucky
what I'm
y'all got
saying.
PLA. That's your saving grace is PLA, buddy.
That PLA is the saving grace right there. I'm like, I'm glad we got. I was about to say, bro, what got announced for Pokemon Day? Literally just the DLC.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, granted, the game came out last year.
And you know what's crazy
But
about that? They said that junk was gonna come out in like fall, bro.
yeah, fall, and then the second one's coming out in 2024.
Yeah, bro. That is. Yeah. Okay.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next point then. Next point is a Pokemon company. Y'all gotta tighten up. All right. I understand that the games need to come out at a certain time so that way you can launch your all your other merch. I don't think people understand this. Not all the game, not all the money from the games actually goes into the games because some of that goes to Nintendo too.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, in terms of like the grand scheme, like Pokemon's gross income, I don't think the games really make that much more money than everything else because
Yeah.
y'all are forgetting Pokemon is a media company. That means anime, trading card,
Yep.
merch. That's plushies, shirts, shoes, pants, jackets, freaking cars. Like they put lunch boxes, backpacks, literally anything you can think of. They can slap Pikachu's face on it, bruh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dang money. They make more money off that than they do the games. I promise you. So really, all the
If there's a
games
trading card.
for maybe the training card, maybe I don't know about that, but like I, they only use the games to launch their next generation, their next wave of merch.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
Like they're like, hey guys, uh, get this game out. Make sure there's some cool Pokemon and cool characters so we can put them on merch. I don't care how you do it, just get it out by this day because we need it out by this day so the anime can launch a few months after. Then we can release the TCG a few months after that. Like, do this by this time. That I can almost guarantee that's how that works.
I'm pretty sure that's their working horse. They're like, okay, this is for us. We're gonna beat it until it can't run no more. These Pokemon company, especially Game Freak, I feel like Game Freak is not the company for the job. I don't think they're qualified to even continue if this keeps up. Sword and Shield. I mean, you may be thinking you're doing numbers, but you have to realize you have young audiences. You also have, I'm sorry, gullible fans.
Yeah,
Literally buy your slop.
they'll buy anything, anything. It's bad.
Yeah,
And then hey, look,
for the wait.
hey Nintendo, don't hate me. I'm just stating the fact. I'm sure you know it by this point. The Switch is the easiest console to emulate, bruh. So do y'all know how much money y'all probably lost off emulation alone?
hmm That's why they're attacking it right now.
Exactly. Like
Them chips,
it's literally like okay. So
them
I
food.
agree with you to a sense that Game Freak might not be the company to do what we want them to do. I mean,
Yeah,
for 20 years, they made, and let's just be honest, we both love Pokemon. They essentially made the same game over and over again for 20 years.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
kinda,
I mean,
kinda.
it's
PLA,
formulaic.
Sun and
Okay,
Moon were like huge stepping
but like, okay, PLA, I'll give you PLA,
stones.
and I'll give you a bit of Sun and Moon as well. But besides that, it's all been pretty much the same exact formula for like 25 years. So, I mean, it's been like top down, uh, for most part, 2D, all of this. I don't think that they were like even remotely prepared to make the jump to 3D. And then on top of that, I don't think that they were even prepared at all to make an actual like home console game. I don't think they were prepared to do it. I don't think they were prepared to do it at all. I cannot hear you, buddy. So I'm just gonna keep talking. But
Hello.
okay, yeah, you're back. You're back.
I was about to say you got to remember also XD Gale of Darkness was a home console game, so it's like
They didn't make that though.
who developed that?
I don't remember who developed it, but it wasn't Game Freak.
Oh well, then that's point proven.
Mm-hmm.
That's point proven.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think like I said, Game Freak is not the one qualified to produce a quality Pokemon game. That shows with Scarlet and Violet. I don't feel like, for you to be asking for a refund now, it's like, well, I'm not for free, but like willingly give out
Yeah.
that shows that y'all. I don't know if y'all took a toll. Well, y'all definitely took a toll, but Nintendo starting to like, okay, I don't know what y'all were thinking. We have to cover.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
They just.
this is like this three-headed horse of Nintendo, Game Freak, and Pokemon. So if I could give, they each deserve blame, and I will tell you why for each one.
Mhm.
Pokemon deserves blame because their deadlines are way too frequent straight. And
Yeah.
there's just absolutely zero way that they're gonna produce the games that they want to be
Mhm.
this like real home console game. They're not gonna be able to produce it in the time that you give them. If you're not gonna loosen up the deadlines, then bro, tell them screw it. Go back to the 3DS style and just tweak it to make it look good on the Switch. Tell them to do that at that point because
Exactly.
like, yeah, what you're doing right now isn't working. These deadlines are too strict. Game Freak already isn't prepared to make these games these massive anyway, and you're giving them less time than what they should have to do it. Not worth it. Uh, Game Freak themselves, not gonna lie, y'all kind of suck. I don't think y'all can make home console games like Canon said.
They can't.
Like
They
just
really
straight up.
can't.
Like I don't think that y'all can do it.
I don't think they're qualified. I don't think those people were built to make a home console.
I don't think they're built for it either. I think even
Some
if
of
they
them,
got
yeah.
it, yeah, some of them obviously, but I think if they actually got like the time, like if they got like 5 years, that okay, hey, make like the greatest Pokemon game ever, make an open world for all these features. I'm giving you 5 years to do it. I bet if they got those 5 years, they would mismanage it and they still wouldn't be able to really produce it like that. And
He said they still missed the mark.
I still, and I hate saying that because it's like y'all almost had it with PLA, man. Y'all really did. Y'all almost had it with PLA. So like that gave me a little hope. But I don't know.
We see the true colors. That's why I am not excited for your 10th generation Pokemon company. Um, I feel like it's not going to be living up to the legacy that you already have.
If
I feel like your games will not basically it won't hold the test of times. It definitely won't hold the test of times unless you that change is to reevaluate a whole summarization that generation is going to be. You need to start from scratch. You need to see what works and what doesn't. What's the best strong suits your team have? Which team do you think will bring the most quality? Because that team that made Scarlet and Violet,
that just want it.
for you to be called Nintendo, for it to be called, you know, Pokemon in 2022, looking like that, selling it all over the. This is not an indie game. This is a company that rarely gives out patches, and they still have not gave out a patch that fixed major graphical issues. It says a lot about the company. It says a lot about your mindset as in stand my English, but I wish you could. Um, I know the translation team. If the, man, they just need a. They need a. I don't know. I just they those these two are the sorriest company I in my life. Boy. I couldn't do it. I can't do it with them.
Yeah, man.
I give up.
They're. Hey, I'm gonna give my take on Gen 10 after I shift some of this blame to Nintendo because
Mm,
hey, Nintendo, Bucko, that Switch ain't cutting it, buddy. The Switch ain't cutting it. Y'all gotta release some better hardware as a
yeah,
company, because that junk is like beyond last gen. We're talking. There are some phones with better storage on it than the Switch, dog. That's not acceptable.
yeah,
Y'all are screwing over genuine, ambitious companies. Not companies, teams like the Legend of Zelda team, who we don't gotta explain what they got going on right now.
mhm,
You're screwing them over by not giving them a powerful enough console to do every single thing that they wanted. You see how big Tears of the Kingdom is. Imagine if they could run that, but with like better graphics because they have a real console to run it on. Man,
yeah.
screw a Switch too. Go back to home consoles. Just go back to
Exactly.
home. Go back to home
How,
consoles, bro.
what software did they use to develop their games? Like all Nintendo. Like is I don't think it's Unreal Engine.
No, it's not
Honestly,
Unreal Engine. I don't know
they
what
need
software
to.
they use.
They need to.
I don't know
I,
what
I don't
they
know. It could be Unity. I don't think it's Unity. That sounds like old school. Um, well, whatever it is, they need to use Unreal Engine 5, bro.
He's an epic show, guys. Don't listen to him.
Okay, yeah, y'all just need to switch to Unreal. You will thank me.
Look at him. Look at him caping again. Crazy.
Not even an Xbox thing, like just do it, bro. Just do
Nah,
it.
like it's not even the software. It's legitimately like the Switch itself, like as a console, it's not powerful enough to run some of these games. Like it's just not
Switch.
strong enough. Like
Speaking of new consoles, they did say there's gonna be a Switch too,
yeah, they did say they were coming out with another one. I think a year from now. So
and that was leaked actually from a Pokemon.
yeah, it was. So I'm holding out hope for that. Hopefully that they can get a better console out, and I will have to survive one more year on my Switch. I think I can do it. But yeah, man. I think for the most part, I'm trying to think of just like certain little things. I mean, like It's just weird. It's this weird trifecta, this weird triforce of tomfoolery that's going on between Pokemon, Nintendo, and Game Freak. And it's just like, look, each one of y'all are at fault. Nintendo won't release better hardware. Pokemon is too strict with its deadlines, and they kind of don't care. And Game Freak, you just might not be built for that, dog. You just might not be him. I ain't gonna lie. You're
Game
not
Freak
him.
is not him, bro. They haven't been him since Generation 6, to be honest, 7. But
I was gonna say they haven't been him since Gen 7, dog. Let's be honest. Not even Ultra Sun and Moon either. Just Sun and Moon.
Sun
That
and
was,
Moon, I am not Ultra, not 2017. 2017 and up? No, sorry, you keep holding.
that was the last time that they were actually like them for real. Like, nah, y'all fell off, bro. Y'all fell off. Yeah, that's everything going on with that right now when it comes down to the dang games. And then I guess I'll give my final take. I'll give my final take on what's gonna happen in Generation 10.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know what the game's gonna be like, but I can say this:
better be Europe.
better not be Europe. And also, if Generation 10, I mean, I laid out the ultimatum last time, and it worked. I say ultimatum like I have power. Okay, anyway. Uh, if Generation 10 exhibits the same qualities of the past couple gens,
It's over.
which is like, you know, not underbait game, not as fantastic designs. That's subjective, but just not overall quality, not the best experience it possibly could be. If that is the case,
Mm-hmm.
I am legitimately going to stop treating Pokemon like an actual company. I'm gonna start treating Pokemon like Kirby, and that's not a diss to Kirby. Kirby is great. You wanna know why Kirby is great? Because I know what I get from Kirby.
Yeah.
Whenever I pick up a Kirby game, I'm gonna play as a little puffball. I'm gonna absorb some stuff, get new copy abilities, and I might breeze my way through the game. Game might be mad dumb easy, but hey, it don't matter. It's fun because it's just Kirby. At the end of the day, it's Kirby. I don't expect
Yeah.
some crazy, profound, immaculate, revolutionary gaming experience from Kirby. I just don't expect that from them.
Yeah.
But guess what? Even Kirby can push his boundaries and not fold under pressure.
Exactly. Pokemon has a lot of pressure on them. You can see it. You can definitely see it. Generation 7, change the formula, change the formula. They did it. Actually, you can go back to Generation 6. We want a 3D game. The 3DS is out. What y'all do? We got 3D Fire Emblem. How's there no 3D Pokemon? They actually did it. And then here comes what was just Generation 8. We want a game on the Switch. They did it, and it was yeah, I ain't gonna say garbage, but it was just boy. It's like, boy, what y'all calm down. Just take a breather.
Just take
Breathe.
a breather. Breather is
You'll be
crazy.
okay. Exactly. Take 2, bro. Man, why take 10?
I was gonna say they can take more than 2, dog. I ain't gonna lie. They got asthma over there.
And the thing about Pokemon as well, bro, if you really think about it, I really don't have hope for Generation 10. This is the game. Generation 9 is the game. I don't have a problem with what's his name? Nihi Lego? Not the 1000 Pokemon. This is the game with the 1000 Pokemon. What's this dude?
Oh, Golden Go?
Oh, Golden Go, yeah.
Yeah, I love Golden Go.
Yeah, I ain't got a problem with them. But this is the game with the 1000. They reached 1000
Yep.
in this train wreck. I am not. And I'm not usually one of those original better over time.
You're kind of cutting out.
Yeah, I'm losing my patience with Pokemon. Generation 10
Yo, I ain't gonna lie,
really.
you're kind of cutting out, dog. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you were cutting out right then.
Oh my gosh, am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh, okay. Um, Generation Pokemon just need. They need just. I don't know what's holding them back. Pokemon, Game Freak. No, Pokemon is holding back Game Freak.
Pokemon is kind of holding back Game Freak in the sense of like, I know that they have to release those games at a certain point. Now, what Game Freak should do, since they own like 40% of a share in Pokemon, they just need to throw their weight around and be like, hey, we can't release quality games if you don't actually give us time.
Yeah.
Now, if it turns out that I'm wrong and
Mm.
Game Freak just mismanages their time, that's a Game Freak problem. They need to get out of there.
Yeah.
But,
But look at Game Freak, that new game they are making. You saw it, right?
yeah, I saw that mess. That junk up Loki made me mad. I'm like, bro, you can do this, but not with Pokemon, bro.
Pokemon games further needs to be in collaboration with a company that they know they can trust, that they know whoever the origin of the cut of just the Pokemon company. I think Pokemon games need to be two companies making one game.
Facts. I kind of agree with that. I think, yeah, at this point, in Game Freak, you need to outsource your resources because obviously yours isn't enough. And like I said, I don't want to be too mean because it might be deadlines. But even then, if you know you got deadlines, you gotta manage your time a bit better. You can't work on
Mm,
like 3 games at once if you got deadlines, bro.
exactly.
You gotta take that as one at a time at that point. And like I said, if it comes down to it, have another company come in and help make the games.
Yeah, they are outsourcing the game too. They outsourced
Oh yeah, BDSP.
USP.
That's why that
Yeah.
game was garbage, by the way. that, hey, Elka, y'all are sorry, buddy. I don't like y'all either. I hope y'all never come back. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was oh my wow, that's it. That's the Diamond and Pearl remake, yo. That's crazy to me.
y'all
That's
were
insane to
winding.
me.
Y'all were winding
Like
for
it's over.
15 years and it's over. like, yeah,
It's
I will never
insane.
forget when Ultra Sun and Moon was coming out. There was a poster that released the whole region, and these Gen 4 fans, they were looking up into like the clouds of the region, and they were like,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, that looks like Giratina and Palkia. Gen 4 is next." I'm like, "Bro, what?"
Yo, Gen 4 literally it became next though, right? Without counting Let's Go.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
was next
was.
after Let's Go. It was next after Let's Go, but it was like 2 whole games after that, bro. It was not right after that.
One thing I can say about the black and white or whatever this is going to be, this remake, we already know is going to be good dialogue in that game. We already know good storytelling. I feel like that game's going to be good at best.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good at best because it's like,
Yeah,
hey man, even if y'all just remake the game, Black
one
and
to
White
one,
is a
it's over.
good game. Yeah, so it's like, hey, and I'm waiting for this Gen 6 remake. Hey, y'all better not pull no punches. When y'all remake Gen 6, y'all better just make Pokemon Z because y'all
Like
robbed us of Pokemon Z.
Gen 6 is too recent to get a remake, so I think it definitely has to be Z. Like it has to be. I think that's decent. It's like a 3D too, so
Bro,
yeah,
like
I
it,
think it's going to be a new game.
it
Z.
better be because like it's been 10 years, bruh.
Yeah.
It's been 10 freaking years, and like y'all literally hold us in 2015. 2015 was the gap year. That's when they were supposed to release Z, and they didn't do it. I was some
Oh
clowns
yeah.
for that.
They need another gap year. They need another gap year.
They do
We
need
know.
another gap year. I ain't gonna lie.
So next year is supposed to be the black and white remake. Guessing right, 2024 or 2025.
Most
People are
likely.
saying. So generation 8 and 10. Yeah, generation 10 is
You said 2020 what?
2026 or 2027.
Yeah, like 2020. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's probably when it's gonna come out.
Damn, that's a long ways.
Unless they and hey, they might do this. They might do second part of DLC, first part of 2024, and then fall of 2024 Gen 5 remake. They might do that.
Yeah, I just I don't think Scarlet and Violet needed DLC. I don't know. I ain't gonna I have the game to really like look into it, but I don't. The way I feel, I don't think it. And I don't think Generation. Oh yeah, Generation 8 definitely needed DLC. Happy.
Oh yeah, no, it needed DLC because that jump was not it. It was not it.
Yeah, but
Hey man, I think that got all our frustrations with Pokemon. Uh, I'll give my final thoughts and then I'll let Cannon get his off. Like I said, man, I have faith in y'all, but Gen 10 is some mid. Y'all Kirby now. Y'all
y'all are
Kirby.
literally the Kirby's now.
Y'all Kirby now, bro. And that ain't a diss to Kirby. You know what's crazy? Y'all would be Kirby, and I would still expect more from Kirby. Like that's insane to me. That's
Yeah.
wild. But hey, man, you got any final thoughts before we sign off?
Uh, Not really. I'm just hoping for the best for Generation 10. It's just they need to get their act together. This is the last literal. I will not give up. PLA was. I kind of messed.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, big dog.
I got cut out.
You cut out like 3 big times. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my gosh. Well, what I said was I kind of messed myself up with PLA DLC because I'm in PLA because I emulated the game, so
Oh
I wish I
yeah,
had the actual experience. Generation 8. Man, what am I even talking about? Okay, bro. I'm done. I just can't know. I
yeah.
got nothing else to say. Just get better, Game Freak. This is the last straw.
Facts. Last straw, man. For real this time. And I'm not one of these fake. I'm not one of these people who are just gonna be talking for real. Like, I mean it. Like I will genuinely like. If the games are like if they get like bad, I'm just gonna stop buying them. I will
Yeah.
at that point. But, yeah.
Because if Scarlet and Violet did not have the multiplayer, bro, came out with that, I wouldn't. I don't know how. I think I would have got a refund.
I think I
I
would
would have.
have too, honestly, if we didn't play together.
Yeah, that was the saving grace right there. That multiplayer saved y'all skins.
It definitely did.
Yeah, it did.
That multiplayer carried. It definitely carried.
It did.
But
Man.
hey, man. That being said, it's been your boy King J Rules, and I'm Cannon. You know, Cannon's got a channel. You should go check it out. Honestly, he's bigger than me, so I shouldn't be giving him no plugs. No, let me stop. But yeah, man, go check out Cannon. He's been doing a lot of Fortnite stuff recently because of Unreal Engine 5. So he's been popping off with that over there. So if you like Fortnite content, go check it out.
Yep.
And then, hey, man, I don't know. More videos might be coming soon. We'll see. All
Oh.
right. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about it. All right. Peace out, y'all.
See ya.